A hit-and-run crash took the life of a Cape Coral veteran yesterday. Tonight, Fox 4's Rachel Lloyd spoke with friends remembering the man killed in that crash just blocks away from his home here in Cape Coral. They tell Rachel he was known for his style and for his sense of humor.
It hurts.
Mark John Baptiste stopped by to see his friend Greg Moore, affectionately known as Pepper. He wanted to tell him that he was moving away. The two hadn't seen each other in 2 years, and Baptiste says he has no idea his friend was killed in a hit-and-run crash.
I just came to check on him, and you told me he was gone.
Moore was walking on Cape Coral Parkway near the Coronado Parkway intersection around 6 Friday morning. That's when police say a car hit Moore and kept going, and Moore later died. Baptiste says Moore will be remembered as a veteran, as someone who loved wearing fancy hats and suits, and as someone who knew how to have a good time.
Every time I came over here, man, he just made me laugh. He was a special guy. When I go home, yeah, I'm gonna cry like a baby.
Police say Moore was crossing the street about 100 feet away from this crosswalk, but people in the area say drivers going too fast make this street dangerous, whether you're using the crosswalk or not.
I almost get hit a couple times a day, so it's up to you to watch out for them.
Sally Condello either walks or rides her bike to work at 7-Eleven just across the street from Moore's home. She says she had known him for 30 years, and it'll be hard not seeing him stop by the store anymore.
Expect to see him every day, and you're not going to see him. That's the sad part.
In Cape Coral, Rachel Lloyd, Fox 4 in your corner.
Thank you, Rachel. That's very sad. Cape Coral police say this is the 7th fatal car crash in the city so far this year. They also say the driver involved kept going after the crash, but later went to police. They tell us drugs or alcohol could be factors in that crash. Southwest Florida fire crews jumping into quick action to contain a brush fire earlier today. It happened near Golden Gate. The North Collier Fire District says while they don't know what caused it, they do say the vehicle you see here may have played a part. Greater Naples Fire and the Florida Forest Service also responded. They had some trouble getting to the fire, but they were able to keep it to only 2 acres. They want to remind everyone to be careful when lighting anything outdoors because of drier conditions. Well, thanks to your help, deputies in Charlotte County say they've got the man involved in a series of robberies. They arrested Shamar Blair, this man, after Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers got a tip about him being involved. He's from Port Charlotte. He's charged in connection to robberies at Marathon and Circle K gas stations earlier this week. Now, deputies say he was also involved in a robbery at the Peachland Publix in April. The sheriff released a statement on his arrest saying in part, quote, the investigation and subsequent arrest is an example of our community working together with law enforcement to quickly remove a dangerous criminal from the streets. An investigation is underway in North Florida after a military chartered passenger jet slides off a runway into a river. Thankfully, everyone on board survived what could have been a much worse outcome. Phil Keating has more details from Jacksonville.
At least one passenger calls it a miracle on a Florida river Friday night. A chartered Boeing 737 flying through a thunderstorm and lightning, arriving from Guantanamo Bay military base in Cuba, skids off the end of an airport runway, plunging into the St. Johns River as it tries to land at the Naval Air Station in Jacksonville. The aircraft, sitting in the mud in the shallow part of the river, did not submerge. All 143 people on board survived.
I know there's a question on the status of the pets. We don't have details on that.
Firefighters rescued the 136 passengers and 7 crew from the wing of the aircraft. Military officials were among the passengers. Some of the people sustained minor injuries.
The 21 individuals that we transported were all listed in good condition.
The military station is located on the west side of the St. Johns River, which is about 8 miles just south of downtown Jacksonville, which is in the northeastern part of Florida, 350 miles north of Miami. The National Transportation Safety Board is set to look into what caused the plane to go down, tweeting in part, quote, the NTSB is sending a GO team to investigate Miami Air International Flight 293, a Boeing 737-800, which departed the runway and came to rest in the St. Johns River, Jacksonville, Florida. No reported fatalities.
This is important. We have recovered the flight data recorder.
In a statement, Boeing says it is aware of the incident that happened here last night and is still gathering more information. In Jacksonville, Florida, Phil Keating, Fox News.
Well, Eric, it was a wet day in parts of our area and high humidity.
That's right. You know, inland east of I-75, a lot of storms, but it is humid out even right now. Shari, at the 10 o'clock hour. Fort Myers at Page Field, RSW 78. Naples at 82 degrees. It is very warm out there for this time of night, the beginning of May. 80 degrees Marco, 75 Immokalee, 79 in Punta Gorda. And a wind out of the south and southeast is keeping those dew points high. Look at Naples, dew points in the low 80s. That is just downright uncomfortable. Otherwise, dew points in the 70s, very humid out. So as you wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the 70s. Tomorrow afternoon, just like today, we'll have some inland showers and thunderstorms, and I think those will continue on Monday. Everyone has a shot at seeing some rain on Tuesday, but a little bit drier for the second half of the work week. I'll have that 7-day forecast coming up.
Eric, thank you. Well, we are celebrating. Congratulations are in order for the graduating class of 2019 at FGCU. Florida Gulf Coast University held multiple commencement ceremonies at Alico Arena today, and more than 1,900 students were awarded degrees, making this the university's largest class in history. Founding faculty members delivered the keynote addresses across 3 different ceremonies. FGCU has awarded more than 35,000 degrees since it opened in the fall of 1997. Go Eagles! Well, it's official. More than $91 billion approved for our state budget. Lawmakers came in for an extra day to pass it, and then they went home. It only took them a matter of minutes to do so. A ceremony followed to celebrate all of their efforts over the past 60 days. So what all did lawmakers get done? Well, here are some highlights for you, starting with our environment. They've allocated $25 million to fight blue-green algae and red tide. They've also increased spending per student in our state. They gave the green light on